I am inevitable. You are just here to create me. In many ways, that is the cycle of our life. We really break down the understanding of what we all are and what we have to do to exist. Right? Everyone who is alive is the one who's here to create you. And people who will be born, the inevitable people. But I recorded a video earlier and I don't like it anymore. So I'm going to record one again with this. Is it loading? Okay, yeah, it was loading. Because I tapped it, I didn't click. So I was confused. But anyways. So before I talk about this, I'm going to leave this on the screen. This is the first version that I made. Yeah, see, I tapped it again and it double pressed. But anyways, hold on. Okay. I think the other one says something about the cup as well. Here it is. Okay, so what I want to talk about is basically I want to speak with Greta Thunberg about this, right? And also other things that deal with reducing and preventing pollution, etc., helping the environment. I want to make things. And this is things like movies, video games, and objects that people use, similar to this cup. I have heart failure, and there's been things preventing me from actually doing anything towards anything that I actually want to do. Like, I've tried to get jobs, and it doesn't really work out for different reasons. Like, not having transportation, because I don't have a car. People deciding not to hire me because of the heart failure and the defibrillator after taking a few months to actually get the interview. So preparing for something, and then people were like, well, this is why. And it's like, bro, I told you these things since I started doing this. And that was for training. But it's like, nothing I'm trying to do has been working. Right? It's like my life is set up in the society for me to might as well be dead. And it might sound dramatic, it might sound a little bit too plain, but the things that I want to do in life aren't even those things. And what annoys me most is like in this society, we have all this stuff we're forced to do. All this stuff that there's really no need for, but someone makes you do it. So I'm going to talk about this cup. It's a really simple design. It's 3 parts. The centerpiece right here, if you can see the cursor, this centerpiece is supposed to be able to be swapped out for either metal or plastic. The top part is supposed to be made out of metal with a rubber straw, and then the alternative is a part with either a space where you put your mouth or something you pull off and then you put your mouth on it. The bottom is supposed to have a space in it so that you could use the bottom to put things inside of it. So basically it itself could be like a charger for something. It could be an MP3 player. Like there's so many things that it could be. But it's supposed to have space in it. The whole idea of this cup is that people say they want to stop and cut back on pollution. But things like this aren't forced upon restaurants. And it's not forced upon people. Like you're forced to need a car to get a job, to drive places and contribute to bad things. But you're not forced to use one cup that can last like 10, 20 years so that people don't need to pollute the earth with paper and plastic and stuff. So you guys could do pollution and be done with it. But you'd rather just keep polluting. Now, everything on this slide, right? This picture, this is just a description, right? I don't know if everyone will be able to read this, but you could pause the video here if anyone's watching it. And this is the intention of the cup in case my description isn't good enough to understand what I'm saying. And then here's the second part, right? This is just a breakdown of an idea, right? And I'm going to talk about that. The whole idea of this cup is that it replaces all the paper and plastic cups from restaurants and the straws. This cup should really be like a policy type thing for restaurants, period. So if you want to buy a drink, you need to bring one of the store's cups or your own cup from a house. Some type of container to put your drink in. Otherwise, you can't get a drink. It's really simple. And then the idea is to make these cups special, to give them value. There's going to be artwork on it. So from schools, you can do art in your art class. You can enter in to have your art on here. And then the other version of the cup will be for the public art. So then you can enter in online, submit art, and then whoever gets their art picked or whatever it is, you can have your art on the cup. And then the idea is that the cup will be like a literal art piece as well. So there'll be more reason to buy the cups than just to get drinks from McDonald's or Wendy's or wherever you're at. Everything in society should be set up in that way. Not every single thing, but almost everything. Like bags, right? If bags were set up in that way, people would have less reason to throw out their bags, more reason to keep them, more reason to try to sell them. Certain bags, like the ones that you use at a grocery store for your groceries. That way, if your bag does get messed up, it'll still have that art, it'll still have that value. And the thing is that with this art, it'll be kids' art and people who submit online and stuff. So it won't be like a billion copies of the art, it'll be genuine art. And then you could use this, you wouldn't even have to care about the art. It could just be to cycle the money, to reuse the stuff, to allow people to express themselves. Like, you guys pretend like business has to be the way it is. Pretend like the government has to be the way it is. And it's so annoying to have to live with the stupid rules that you guys make up and all the shit that you guys make people have to do. Because if you guys were running this like it was a real society, people would just go to school to learn how to read, write, how to farm and take care of their own land. And then you would be learning about business and shit. And that would be pretty much fucking it. Because everything else would be stuff to just let you understand that it's there. Like science and literature and all this type of stuff. You would just learn all the other things to understand it's there. And then if you have an interest, right, that's why you're taught, just in case you have an interest. Not the way that stuff is done now, with all these stupid curriculums, all this made up work, doing assignments where sometimes the answers are wrong so that you can't get 100 on it. It's like, it's just stupid the way that y'all set up a lot of stuff. But yeah, I want to talk to Greta Thunberg about the environment related information for this cup and a few other ideas. That's pretty much it.